Well, Alex, they're toasting champagne here, and somebody's just come over to the fence to talk. So we're going to go see what he has to say. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the security people telling you not to put cameras in. Go ahead and talk to him.
In the Netherlands, you were always, like I think in all countries, you're always busy with little things.
Yeah.
And now we get 3 days of discussing big issues.
Very intense.
That's a Bilderberg group member. Ask who he is.
Very intense.
Yeah. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Ask him who he is.
Oh, okay. This is Dietrich Sampson, and who are you with?
I'm from the Dutch Labour Party. I'm a politician.
Oh, okay.
But are you here in your formal or informal function?
Well, I'm formal because being a politician, you're 24/7. So there's no way of exiting my role.
So let's say if your prime minister asked you what you were talking about here,
yes,
you would surely tell him everything.
I would.
Could I ask whether the heads of banks, such as HSBC, Douglas Flint, is he there in his formal or informal capacity?
Is he there? I'm not sure. You know the list a bit better than I do. It's 106 participants, and it's only
Peter
one.
Sutherland from Goldman Sachs International.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is he formal or informal? Is he still a member of? Is he still head of Goldman Sachs International?
Is he?
He still is.
Okay. All right. No, I don't know actually.
Yeah. So he's a member of British American Business.
Yeah.
The lobbying group. Which
Well,
is very keen on
there's here. Let me explain. There's scientists here. There's politicians like me.
Yeah.
There's business people here.
Yeah. So when there's a lobbyist still, is a lobbyist
We got some Skype breakup.
Are you being lobbied?
No, but TTIP is a nice discussion. It's a good discussion to have. I mean,
have you had that discussion?
Yeah, well, not here at this moment. Maybe we will have.
Ask him about trying to prop up the euro. We know that's what they're really talking about. Ask him about that.
That's like everybody. I think, like you, we are worried about what happens there. I mean, nobody wants an armed conflict, and it's already happening.
Intelligence sharing discussion?
No.
Ask him about propping up the EU.
Are you talking about propping up
or the day after? I'm not sure.
Are you talking about propping up the euro?
No.
No?
We talked about Europe. We talked about what to do next for Europe.
Oh.
And basically what I said in the discussion is that people are fed up with discussions about treaty change and euro and whatever.
He admitted he's operating in official capacity. That may mean in his country that's not illegal. I doubt that. When he said we're not trying to prop up the euro, he said no, nine. Which shows they are. That's what they're really trying to do. That's their main global takeover system with NATO. I want to ask him some questions. David Knight, can you hear me? It's Dietrich Sampson, and he is the leader, Dutch politician, of the Labour Party. That's the biggest party in the Netherlands. So that guy's very powerful in his country. Let's talk to him. Go ahead, David. David, get some questions in.
You know, who knows? You might be having more. You might be invited back. Let's hope.
He's also the leader of the parliament. He's the speaker of the House, basically.
Energy.
3 days.
How do they structure it? Do they have the kind of experts on a panel giving presentations?
It's very classical. You could say it's very boring, but it's like normal, like lots of conferences. You have experts on a panel, and then
he's a Greenpeacer. That means carbon taxer, leftist.
Are you an expert for any of these particular panels?
Not this time.
Ask him where he stands on carbon taxes, Knight.
Good, yeah, you have to be vocal. You have to
It's okay for that reporter crew to ask some of the questions, but we need to butt in here.
Because there's no media there, you don't have to perform. That's nice. That's the advantage of having no cameras inside. The disadvantage is no transparency. The advantage is that everybody can speak freely and doesn't. Do you know what happens to?
Do you feel a little worried that when people such as government officials and people like generals?
This has never happened before, folks. What's happening right now?
In front of banks.
At the meeting, I think he's even violating the internal agreement. But they know it's all blown wide open now. Oh, I wish I could ask questions. She's ready. You can ask questions. Carbon taxes. Guarantee you that's on the agenda.
And you know, inside information is kind of quite sensitive. These
figures are all
speaking so freely in front of the head of
Well, they're not speaking completely
You said
freely.
there was
But
very
more
free discussion.
No, more free than when there's a camera.
I love it that you politicians having frank and free discussion,
Yeah.
but not in front of Lazarus or Goldman Sachs or
Yeah, no,
or
it's even better.
HSBC.
It's even better because
Why should they know?
Because
Why should they
we talk
know?
about as
The trends.
No, as politicians, I talk about as a politician worried about banks. I talk about the need for banks.
Ask him
to
about
behave.
LIBOR and carbon taxes. Tell David to do that or put the earpiece in.
I want them to behave.
Can you tell us, have you talked about LIBOR, the LIBOR scandal, or carbon taxes?
No. I think
What
the
about
LIBOR. I think the LIBOR scandal is a good example of banks not behaving.
Yes, in fact.
It's a good example.
Marcus
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Marcus
Yeah.
Agius, who is on the steering committee, actually had to resign from as the CEO of Barclays.
Bring up the
because of
Lockheed scandal and Prince Bernhard. That'll hit him hard.
There was a Dutch bank which was very trusted.
Now, the guy who started this, Prince Bernhard, he was caught up in a Lockheed scandal.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know about it, but it was in the 70s. I mean, I read it, but it was before I was born, actually. But
They had to
Well, you know,
suspend
before you were born, they
Bilderberg
plotted
for a year.
the euro as well as the European Union.
I think that was
according to
after-
them.
that
I'm not
was-
saying you planned it. I'm saying that Bilderberg did. So we believe that there's real policy being crafted here. Maybe not in the discussion groups that you're part of.
I don't think policy is crafted here. but
Bilderberg bragged to the German news last week they're the most powerful and they do set policy. Throw it in his face.
It's good
Yeah.
for international.
In a German paper just last week, a Bilderberg member said that he felt that this was far more important than Davos, that Davos was just a PR group.
I cannot compare it. I wasn't at Davos, but I think it's not. It's a similar type of meeting.
And a former.
All right, David, we're going to break. Grill him. We're going to come back. I want to hear what happens after. Keep grilling. This is a big deal.
All right.
Get his take on NSA spying. That reportedly is on the real agenda. They're deciding between the countries right now what they're going to do to try to cover this up. Ask about NSA. Nail him down. Say, what's the real agenda? David Knight is there talking to the leader of the Parliament of the Netherlands, who's a Bilderberg member, talking to them through the fence. This is unprecedented. Let's go to the feed.
I just want to ask you a quick question. Okay, there was a question: does privacy exist? Have they answered that question yet? Because we have yeah, exactly. We have former head of the NSA and CIA are there.
It will be on the agenda in the next days. It wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't
One more
today.
question.
Yeah.
Here
Well,
participants are normally discouraged to take out to the media anything that happens in here.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
But nobody
Why?
is.
Why have you approached?
Maybe
Are you
because
breaking protocol?
No. I'm not breaking protocol. I'm allowed to do this. I'm a former Greenpeace activist. Maybe that's why I understand what happens when you stand outside after behind a gate.
Well, thank you for talking to us.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, Alex.
David
that
Knight,
was-
unprecedented. Give us your take on what we missed during break.
Well, he was the labor leader. What was the country that he was from? Holland. Yeah, for the Netherlands.
It's the Netherlands.
Social Democrat, labor leader. He said he had been a former Greenpeace activist, so that's why he wanted to come out and talk to us. He said he knows what it's like to be on the outside. Let me get
He's
here. where the-
Dietrich Samsung.
Yes, that's correct. Now, you know, Alex, we've talked to him, and we had the video of George Ball with all of the paper files, and I think it's kind of interesting that he had so many paper files. Because one of the things that they're talking about here is, does privacy exist? And he said, I asked him about that. He says, well, that's the next meeting that's coming up right now. So they're going to find out if privacy exists. Ed Balls knows privacy doesn't exist. That's why he's got all of his stuff written down on volume after volume of paperwork, because that's the only thing that's secure anymore. Why? Because of men like the former NSA chief, Keith Alexander, and David Petraeus, because they have basically penetrated everybody's personal and private information, and that includes these people. So they put this stuff on paper. They meet in secret, face-to-face, so they can say the things that they can't transmit via email. So that's what's going on here, essentially. And
Hi, I'm Shane Steiner. A lot of you have been following my progress using Supermale Vitality. The last 19 weeks has been an incredible experience. I was feeling a little down and lethargic during the holidays, and none of the supplements that I was taking were doing any good. That's when my longtime friend from high school, Alex Jones, introduced me to Supermale Vitality. I was a little skeptical at first. Not only would I have the energy to work out and go to the gym, but it was actually the changes were happening to my body a lot more rapidly. My whole mood, my libido, everything had completely changed. The concentrated organic herbs, they stimulate your natural systems to produce the natural hormones that you need. I just really wanted to bulk up and hit it hard, and I went in for about the first 5 weeks and was lifting heavy weight and just really hitting it hard, and I gained 20 pounds of muscle immediately. Since that, I've decided I was going to lose some weight and slim down. I just changed up my workout a little bit, and 35 pounds came off. Folks, this is not a joke. This is not a gimmick, it's real. Super Male Vitality, available at InfoWarsLife.com.